Echeverri, and today I'm going to show you Panorama, our analytics engine for the OpenEdX platform. I'm going to show you the different dashboards, and before we start seeing the platform, let me tell you how Panorama was conceived. The idea of Panorama is having a flexible and adaptable analytics engine that can have different dashboards and can integrate different data sources so that we can analyze what happens on the OpenEdX platform as a whole, not only with any particular course, but you can see all the users, all the courses, and especially the activity that all the users are having in the platform, no matter whether they are enrolled in one course, two courses, or many courses. You will also be able to filter with different criteria per user, per course, per organization, and much more. Now, let's go and see how it works. So as you're going to see now in the demonstrations, there are two sets of dashboards. We have 8 standard dashboards that have been already created and are part of the onboarding of the Panorama engine. And then I'm going to show 2 examples of custom dashboards that have been built for organizations to reach their goals. That they had requirements that went a little beyond the standard dashboards. So when we go to the active enrollments dashboards, you will be able to see all the enrollments that are registered in the platform. So here you can see in this case, we have 15,888 users. These users are enrolled in more than one course, some of them more than one course. So here you can see how many enrollments per course are in the platform. Then you can see when the user has access to the platform, whether it's in the last 30 days, they have never access, or more than 30 days. Also, if they have passed different exams, right? You have different scenarios, and you can also check how many users have effectively generated a certificate and completed the course. You have a distribution of the grades, you have a distribution of completion, and the top users, the top enrollments per course. Then you can see a timeline of the users when they were enrolled in the timeline. Right? You can see, in this case, the filters per organization, and you can also see how many users from different countries have enrolled. If we want to see it, we can enhance and zoom the visual, and this also can be exported for different analysis. Right? So again, in this dashboard, we've seen the enrollment. It's what we're looking for. And here we can also see a map where we can check how is the enrollments, how are the enrollments in different parts of the world, and they are also filtered per course, right? So if you want to filter a particular course, you just can click on the course, and it will highlight the enrollments in that particular course, right? If not, you can have all of them. So here you can also see them for per organization, and you can have all the information about the different courses when they open and when they close. And on top of that, you can also see the information per user. In this case, each one of these lines is a different user, and you can see when was the first time they access, the last time they access, whether they have completed a course or not, and many other information about the user. All this information can be exported to be elaborated later in a different report. Now, okay, you can also see here on the bottom whether they you can also see here in the bottom the enrollment by gender with the gender details, whether they have populated this information. In the active enrollments dashboard, you can play with the filters and you can generate different views, selecting different organizations. Each one of these is an organization and can also be different instances. You can filter per course ID, per code, per edition, per course name, and also you can look for a user. You can also see whether it's an active user, it's enrolled in an open course or not, and you can enter the name of the student to see what happens with that particular user. Every time you click on one of the visuals, the rest of the visuals will be updated. In this case, I'm filtering the users that have passing grades, and all the visuals will be um, showing only that set of users. Right? Let me check. So if you only want to see how many users have generated a certificate, okay, you click on the certificates, and here you see that in uh, this group of users, well, you can play a little bit with the filters. Okay, now we're seeing all of them. Now, if we want to see who are the ones that generated a certificate, this is the amount, and this is when they were involved, right? Now we're going to see the courses dashboard. Here we have an overall view of what happens in the platform. We are able to see all the courses depending on the status, whether it's finished, it's open, or has not started yet, the different editions that you can set in the course. And here you will have the course name, the course ID, the organization, and whether it's open or it's the start date and when it's the end date of the course. Then we have an overview of the participants and the roles, and here we're able to see how many students are enrolled, how many instructors, whether they are staff, or if you have beta users or other profiles that the OpenX platform enables. Finally, here we have a timeline, and here we can see how many courses we have open every quarter in this case. This can also be changed using different criteria like opening per month instead of per quarter and or per year, right? We have different scenarios per month, right? You can even set them up per day, right? So here we know each day. Um, you can play a little bit with the visualization. This one is per week, and well, you can change the visuals as needed. Okay, let's go back to quarter. Now we can see the user activity dashboard. In this case, we have a timeline that shows the activity of the different users in all the courses that are available in the platform, right? Every color represents a different course, and you can see the timeline and see when the user were more active with the activities within the course, right? You also have a representation of the dedication, which are the users that have been more active in the platform, whether they were watching videos, reading, or accessing the platform. And then you can have also the detail per user. Each one of these lines is a different user, and you can see well, in which courses they were active and an estimate of how many hours they were um, enrolled and logged in, interacting with the LMS. You can always play with the filters and set different organizations. You can set per specific user, per specific email, or per course edition, or just watch all the courses. In the pending enrollment dashboards, we are able to see the users that were invited to a course, but they have still not registered into the platform. So they have never accessed the courses, but basically they have never been registered into the platform. This is very useful dashboard when we need to provide support and maybe some people have issues with the login, and here we can check whether they were invited or not and whether they have registered into a platform or not. Now let's take a look at the engagement dashboard. Here we can see the engagement with the videos, with the forums, and with the PDFs. In this case, we're watching the video engagement, and this is a timeline where we see the activities of watching videos in the different courses. Then we can see the users more engaged with videos and also having into account in which courses they are enrolled to. And then you can see the most popular videos. The videos that were watched until the 100%. And also you can check in a particular course the progress average of the videos that were watched in each module and in each component of the platform. On top of that, you can also see the activity per user, per course, and per video, right? So here you can see each one of these lines is a user, and you can see whether they have watched a particular video, the webcam video, for example, here, and it's e- you can see the progress of each user. In this case, we are ranking from 100% progress, and all these users have watched all these videos until the end. Then we can see the engagement in the forums, and here is the same. We have a timeline of the activity in the forums and in the courses, right? Each color represents a different course. Then we can see the most active users, and then we can see in a particular course whether the users have viewed another comment, they have created a new comment, they have searched, or they have replied to an existing um, topic. Then we have also the detail per user. In this case, we are able to see each one of the users in which component they have replied in the forum. You can see the text, and you can also see actually the actual comments, right? So here, if we filter per course, we are able to have all the discussion forums from a particular course, and we can export um, to perform a second stage analysis, or maybe to keep it in a document so that we keep track of interesting debates that are happening in the platform, and we don't have to access the platform to have those debates. And finally, we see the engagement with the PDFs. In this case, when PDF with the PDF component is uploaded to the platform, here we see the downloads the user have in the platform. And again, we have information of the users that have downloaded different PDFs to keep track of the most downloaded PDF and the users that have downloaded more PDFs. Now let's see the grading dashboard. Here, where we have filter one particular course, and here we can see whether the users have passed the exam or not. The count of approved students, the approval per country in this case is one of the criteria, and we can see each one of the users, and we have the details in each one of the questions, right? In question one, for example, the maximum grade was one. They got one for the maximum one, so they have 100% per question, right? So here we can have an overview of all the users that taking the examinations, and we can take a broad view of the grading. So up to now, these are the standard dashboards. And now let's see two examples of customized dashboard built with Panorama. Now let me show you some special reports that can be built with Panorama. In this case, we have built a student profile report, which is based on advanced forms that are in the courses where they ask different questions to the student when they start the course. And here we have the relevant data that was gathered in those profile requests, right? So we have the age group, we have the geographic organization, then we see the enrollments per course and per country, the gender distribution, the type of institution, whether it's government or NGO or private organizations and many others, right? Also distribution per nationality, per region, right, according to the organization, and then some qualitative input, people with the motivations, the scope of work, um, what type of institutions they work in, the name of the organizations, and also the goals that the students have when they start the courses. Also, they wanted, in this case, they wanted to check whether they have current level before starting the course, and this was going to be reviewed after the course finished. So here we have some quantitative data and also qualitative data that all the students have filled in when they started the course. We have a visual representation, and also in this case, we have the full details of all the forms. And in this case, we have a report anonymized so that it can be shared with different stakeholders of the course without compromising personal data. So here, basically, you can export the table and you can share for different purposes. Now let's see another example of a customized dashboard. In this case, this organization wanted to check the status of the students when they exit the course, when they finish the course, and here they gather feedback from the students in the courses, right? So they ask how relevant was the course. Well, they track in which courses people have provided feedback, how beneficial, the nationality, the overall experience with the course, um, the experience with the virtual campus. Also, there's a space for qualitative data. Um, well, many other questions that are important for the organization, whether they have reached the goals, if well, that's connection with the sustainability, if the course met the expectations or they have exceeded. Also, they leave space for additional feedback from the students, and they gather many different type of information. And as in the other call, in the other example, these are advanced forms that are embedded within the courses, and once each user finishes the course, they gather all the information in the report that can be also filtered with different criteria per course, per course name, per edition, per course ID, and many other ideas. And here, okay, we have the same. We have the raw data, and we have the anonymized data that in some cases can be shared with different stakeholders of the course to analyze the impact and all the activity that the course has generated in the students. So I hope you have enjoyed the demonstration of Panorama. And let me also add that new dashboards can be created integrating different data sources. For example, we can complement information from the enrollments linked to an e-commerce engine. And in that case, we are able to see which courses have been sold, in which currencies, and the user purchase with different courses, and many more information about that. Also, it can be integrated with HR systems for corporate scenarios and any other data source such as a CRM or any other tool that is related with the courses. And you can have one access to the data in Panorama, integrating different systems within the organization. So if you want to know more, just feel free to contact us and we'll be more than willing to help you with your analytics project. Thank you.